Well, hi, this is Pete, and this morning I'm with Peter Daly-Dixon, who has a fascinating new offering around publishing magazines on the iPad. It's something which I know absolutely nothing about, so I'm really looking forward to having a chat with him and exploring this topic. So, Peter, are you there?
I am, Pete, yes.
Hi.
Good to speak to you.
And you. I understand you're working at home on a Friday, which is great, using our conference service. So thank you for that. Do you want to just explain how all this stuff works? Because I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I guess the danger if I talk about how it works, I might end up talking techie, which I suspect will be okay for you, but maybe not for others. I think if I could just give you a background about how we got started and what we're doing, would that be useful to your listeners?
Yeah, that would be brilliant. Yeah, we need to keep away from the techie stuff, and I know you're on a mobile phone, so let's hope the battery doesn't go flat before we get to the end. We've got about 10 minutes or so.
Great, yeah, excellent. Well, back in July or August last year, I was just having a conversation with my business partner, Dave Sharp, and kind of just exploring ideas and opportunities. And he'd just been given an iPad as a birthday present. And I'd sort of come across this whole thing about newsstand and magazines and just sort of saw it as a kind of almost like a Wild West kind of opportunity, sort of going out and grabbing some territory there. And I've got a real passion and enthusiasm for small business. Like you, I'm an Infusionsoft certified consultant, so I'm working with small business owners who are looking to grow all the time. And what we decided to do, and it was almost a kind of ready, aim, fire approach to the opportunity and the business, was to create a magazine which really focused on the owner of a small business and helping them to grow themselves so they can grow the business. I mean, you know as well as I do, there's a ton of stuff out there about, marketing this and sales this, and this is what you do to grow a business. And we just thought, well, actually, it's the owner of the business. If they focus on growing themselves, it's almost like personal growth before business growth. So we sort of set about putting this magazine called The Small Business Owner together, and it's just gone like rocket fuel. We've been on the What's Hot section of the Apple newsstand for pretty much every week since we launched. Thousands of subscribers and readers and hundreds of downloads a week, and it's kind of taken us to places which we didn't really expect. But it's been a fantastic experience. You know yourself, probably setting up Buzz Conferencing, that it's as much the stuff that doesn't go according to plan that you learn from and grow from, and stuff that does. Yeah. But it's been a tremendous experience, and one that I'm happy to talk about until the cows come home. Although I know we've only got 8 minutes left now.
Yes, I think what we should do is concentrate, at least for the moment, on what's in it for people that are thinking of getting involved, because there's a million different ways that you can market your business and get to customers. So what's in it for me if I'm going to get involved in this, to be blunt?
That's a really great question, Pete. And I think if I was kind of to distill all of our experience over the last year or so, I'd probably come up with 2 or 3 points. And I think the first one is it's an opportunity to position yourself in a way that is potentially very, very difficult if all you've got is a website or a blog. The reality is that as a small business owner, you put your website up on the web. You're competing with thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of other web pages of people doing similar things. Whereas in the iPad environment, the newsstand environment, as I said earlier, it's really like the World Wide Web, the internet was maybe 10, 15 years ago. There's when we launched the Small Business Owner magazine last September, there was maybe only 3,000 or 5,000 other magazines on the iPad, some of which were in other languages. So it's an opportunity to position yourself as an authority in your market and your industry in a really credible way.
Okay, so this is like I'm thinking this is almost like getting a second chance at a land grab if you missed out on the first one, which was the World Wide Web and to some extent the mobile technology that's coming on. This is another chance to have a go and get it right and get in there quick. Is that right?
That's an excellent summary. Yes, yeah, I would absolutely agree with you. Both my business partner and I, we have other businesses outside of the Small Business Owner magazine. Mine happens to be Infusionsoft, and we have both got significant amounts of business as a result of publishing publishing the magazine. That has attracted to us our ideal clients. But both of us work with small business owners, so the right people are being attracted to us because they see us. They get an iPad, they go to the newsstand, they type in. If you type in small business into the iPad, we're number 2.
Wow. Wow.
And I couldn't even think about doing that on Google or any of the other searches. So if you're listening to this and you're a small business owner and you have an identifiable market. If you're in business and you don't, then possibly something wrong. But you're in business, you got a solid business, you've got an identifiable market, you've got either worldwide, and that's the other thing about it is that we now have a global market. We've got people reading our magazine in I think 82 or 83 countries now.
So it doesn't even have to be English. We could do this in any language, right?
You can do it in any of the 135 languages that are on the iPad newsstand, iTunes stores. Yeah.
Wow.
So one is you've got an opportunity to position yourself at the top of your market, top of your industry. If you think about it, you own a small business and you're pitching for work, and your prospects, maybe looking at 2 or 3 potential suppliers. One of them happens to be the editor-in-chief of a industry-leading iPad magazine in that market, and they perhaps subscribe to it. And the other 2 aren't. They've got a website like every other business. Well, as a prospect, aren't you going to be inclined to kind of just even spend a little bit more time with someone who's obviously the expert because they publish the magazine that's in that market? Does that make sense?
It does, and as a business owner myself, the first thing I'm thinking, and I'm going to ask you the question directly, is, blimey, this sounds expensive, because I know in the past that I've spent tens of thousands of pounds on PR trying to get into some of the big name magazines, and a lot of small business owners don't have that kind of budget. So where does the decimal point go, Peter? How much is this going to cost if people want to have a go? Because I'm already excited about having to try myself.
Yeah, the decimal point probably it's 4 figures realistically, and we're talking pounds here. I mean, obviously, if you have people listening in Russia or Indonesia, the decimal point's going to be in a different place. But you're talking about low 4 figures really to get established, and there's other factors involved. Do you go down the route of getting your own magazine app developed, or do you plug into an existing platform? So there's various things to consider. But either way, you're looking at a low 4-figure investment really to get started, which when you think about the sort of long-term potential for it is, and you've got a reasonable business to start with, is probably not much to consider.
Okay, I like the sound of this. I'll be honest, I'm still not entirely sure what you guys do for me. So if I come to you and say, Peter, I want some of this, what can you offer me? And say roughly how much would it cost me to get involved? Say low 4 figures. Is that a couple of grand and I'm off the bat, or what?
It's a great question. I'm smiling to myself, Pete, because one of the things that you said to me in the briefing before the call was no selling, and that's pretty easy for me because we don't have. And my business partner will probably shoot me for saying this. We don't really have a concrete offering at the moment. What we do have is an incredibly inspiring mission And ours is that over the next 5 years, we want to help 100 people, ordinary people who are brilliant at something or have a brilliant business, become the editors of their own, the editors-in-chief of their own magazine. And that will involve the couple of £1,000 investment, will involve the design of their magazine. We've developed your Infusionsoft. We developed the Infusionsoft systems, the automation, the magazine production process. We have the art workers and the people that actually build the magazines to allow the editors really just to focus on developing the relationships with contributors that they need to get the content. Because it's not about creating the content yourself. It's about going out there, finding the best of the content that your market would be interested in and putting it in your magazine. And the great thing that we found, we do have a couple of, we've kind of been testing the model. We have a couple of external editors-in-chief. We've got Peter Roper, who edits the Family Business Owner magazine. His niche is helping owners of family businesses deal with the particular concerns and issues in that environment, and he's now finding that he's able to pick the phone up to people that he would not normally have been able to pick up and say, "Hi, my name's Peter. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Family Business Owner magazine. Really impressed with your business. Just wondering if I could, interview you for one of our upcoming issues." So he's kind of using it as a prospecting device. And on the front cover of the most recent issue of the Family Business Owner magazine was Richard Noble, the Bloodhound, the land speed record guy. He just picked the phone up and was able to get an exclusive interview with him.
Brilliant.
So, it's very, very, very powerful.
We have a problem though, Peter, in that we've been going for 12 minutes, and I try and keep these to around 10 so that people can listen to them while they're on their coffee break. But I'm just going to very quickly ask you to tell people how they can engage with you and how they can get in contact if they want further information, because I know that I do. I'm very, very intrigued to find out more.
Great. Well, the easy thing I would say is that if from what you're hearing, that you'd like to kind of talk about what's possibly involved in becoming the editor-in-chief of your own magazine, or you kind of just want to take a much smaller step and talk to us about contributing to any one of our magazines. So we've got the Small Business Owner magazine, the Family Business Owner magazine, the Beauty Business Owner magazine, and the Beauty Business Owner niche. We've just launched a brilliant baking magazine. So if anyone has, baking in their kind of environment, and next year, January, we're launching the Global Real Estate and Property Investor magazine. So if you've got a business that could potentially supply or looking at the readers of any of those magazines, then email hello@sbointernational.org and just say, I'd like to contribute. Likewise, email hello@SBO, that's S for sugar, B for Bravo, O for Oscar, sbointernational.org, if you'd like to start a conversation about becoming the editor-in-chief of your own iPad magazine. And we'd be happy to talk to any of your listeners, Pete.
Okay, thank you. And just to clarify, we say that it's low four figures to do your own magazine. Is there a way that people can contribute to other magazines without having to have such a large budget for some of the smaller companies that are on our our database?
Certainly, as far as the magazines in our portfolio are concerned, 5 now. There's going to be 100 over the next 5 years. There's no cost to contribute. We're just looking for really great content to put into our beautifully designed and beautifully functioning magazine apps for the target markets of all of our editors. So if you've got something to say to any one of the readers of any of our magazines, we're not going to pay you to contribute. So you get to leverage the platform, if you like, of the newsstand, iPad newsstand, without the investment of becoming an editor. Because we put profile pics, we put links through to websites, we give a short bio. Of why this person has contributed this article and why you should probably click through to their website to find out more.
I love it. This is a great opportunity. It's a chance to get in there early and really leverage some of the opportunities to get out to a new audience. So, Peter, we've gone on 15 minutes, far too long, but I couldn't cut you off, you see. I'm so interested in this. I'm sure other people will be. And I'd just like to say thank you for your time and wish you the best of luck with the magazines and SBO. And I'm sure we'll speak again before too long. So thanks ever so much for your time, Peter.
I'll keep you posted, and good luck with Buzz Conference. I think you've got a fantastic platform there, and more people should be on it. I know I will be now, having used it for the first time with you.
Brilliant. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Bye
Pete.
for now.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.